see if this is working. Think I'm live. Okay. Hi, Facebook. I'm going to hop on Instagram too here for a second. I was trying to do a little bit of both. Hello, Instagram. Hello, Facebook. I'm going to do this mostly on Facebook, but I wanted to start on Instagram too. And hopefully, this should also be in the Wild and Bright Sanctuary page. So, that is the free group that I have just expanded to open it really to all women. Before it was just women who were attending or who had attended the Wild and Bright retreat. And now it's a bunch. I realize I need to put my headphones on. Hi. Okay. So today is we're going to do four parts of this. I'm going to try to make these like 20 to 30 minutes long. If you know me, you know that I tend to be pretty wordy and lengthy. So I'm going to do my best to keep this as short and sweet as possible. I want this to be really experiential. Hello, Missy. Thank you. I really want this to be very experimental. So if you can, join on Dr. Sara Smith's Facebook page, and you'll be able to see me there because in just a little while I'm going to hop off Instagram. You can also watch the replay on YouTube once we have that up, which is Sara Smith Wellness on YouTube. And then you can also always go to the Dr. Sara Smith Facebook page to watch the replay or to keep interacting with the live. One thing that I want to share is if you can, as we're doing this, going through this process today, see if you can pull out a piece of paper and a journal. I was hoping that I would be able to share with you some incredible images that I have, but I am really struggling with figuring out how to do that. So I don't know if I'll be able to share them with you today or not. But the point is I'm going to have several handouts that go with this, and you can email myself or Kim, who's my assistant. If you've not met Kim yet, then you've not met the person who is my right-hand woman. You can email us at info@drsara.smith.com, and we will send you the handout so that you can really, really, really interact with this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to hop off Instagram Live now. I hope that I see you guys on the Dr. Sara Smith Facebook page. Come join us because we are going to be doing another 15 to 20 minutes of some awesome creating a joy list. Okay, ready? Let's go. Maybe ending the live. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Anybody can create a joy list. You don't need me for that, but I will tell you why you really, really, really need to interact with this process, okay? Because the mindset that we have right now plays into everything. And we're fooling ourselves if we think that our mindset is just going to be fantastic all the time. It's not. There's a roller coaster that happens. That's okay. It's very, very common and expected to be having kind of this emotional roller coaster right now. But we want to figure out new, creative, constructive ways to be able to kick ourselves back into a more relaxed and effective state where we have clarity, where we have productivity, so that we can move our businesses forward, that we can move our careers forward, that we can move our family and our lives forward, and help. Right now, there's a huge, like today's Giving Tuesday, and I think we all realize that there's massive opportunities to give back right now, but we can't do that when we're in a state of depletion. Okay. If you can hear me, just leave a comment and let me know. And I want to just hop on here. Excuse me. Okay. Sometimes I can see your comments and they come through a little better on here. So I'm going to do that. So I want you to go ahead and get out pen and a sheet of paper. If you have ever been to the Wild and Bright retreat, you are going to see that we do something called the Wheel of Life, okay? And this is the first handout that I have for you that we can send to you. I was hoping that I was going to be able to put it within this live, but it's not working. So what you're going to do with the Wheel of Life, you're going to get out your pen, you're going to get out your paper, and you're going to draw a circle. I just have a little piece of paper right here, and then you're going to put a little dot as an axis in the center, and you're going to draw 8 spokes that come off of that. Okay, I'm still working on mine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it should be set up into these 8 different sections. Okay, then within each of the sections, I'm going to give you some things to put in each category on the line. So the first one is going to say career. So let's just say it's at the top. It really doesn't matter where it is, but you're going to write that there. The next line that you're going to have is physical environment. This is not an exercise that is unique to me. This is a very common coaching one. Okay, the next one is going to be finances. You're going to put that on your next line. The next line you have is going to be health. The next line after that is going to be relationships. The next line after that is fun and recreation. The next line after that is learning. And the next line after that is spirituality slash personal development, which in my opinion is spirituality. Okay. So from here, what I want you to do is I want you to go through all of these spokes, and I want you to put a little dot or an X as to where you feel you are right now in regards to each category. So let's take physical environment, for example. If you feel like that's something you're just rocking and you're doing really, really well with right now, then we want to put an X more out on the edge of our circle. If you feel like your physical environment is driving you absolutely batty right now, you might be somewhere lower, closer to the axis. Okay, so you're just going to put a little dot or a star. You can get as colorful and creative as you want to with this for each of these categories. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and do this with you. Just go ahead and do this either as you're watching the replay or as you're participating live. And what you're going to find, then what you're going to do is you're going to connect all of your dots there. And mine looks really, and so then you should have another circle that's now connecting your dots. And this Wheel of Life is going to show you, it is a snapshot example of how really you are feeling and living right now and what needs to be given more attention to. Okay, I have a beautiful handout I would love to send you if you would like it. We will be sending out kind of a mass email with the information on it. And so that's info, I-N-F-O, at drsarasmith.com. Okay, so I'm going to give you just a few more minutes to do this. Okay. Okay. Now, next. So since mindset is everything, one of the best things that you can be doing right now is to be aware of how you are starting your day, where your thoughts are going towards, where they're tracking. Are they tracking in a place where the first thing that you come up with as you wake up in the morning is, I'm not feeling very good, or, oh gosh, it's another day? Or are you coming into a place where you're waking up and the first thing you're thinking about is something that's positive? If it's not, we want to start with that. Okay, so that's kind of the beginning of a morning routine. Now, usually when we're thinking about a joy list, it can be difficult, I find, for women that are doing this at the retreat, but usually it's not so difficult because we have lots of things at our disposal. Now, when we're creating a joy list, I always like to have
big items on there, such as going on a retreat or going to get a massage or going on a vacation. And then there's small things. So we want to have a variety of options on your joy list. So small things might be looking outside and noticing the beautiful sunrise or sunset, looking outside and seeing a bird, wearing a particular fragrance, wearing specific colors, having a nice dinner with candlelight. Okay, so you want to have a variety of big and large things and small things. But the issue is that right now, so many things on people's joy lists have kind of been taken away right now. And so the first thing that I want to do is I want to start by let's create the joy list just like we weren't in the middle of the pandemic. Okay. And I want you to do this just on a scratch sheet of paper. So as you're doing this, I want you to do like a brain dump, meaning that anything that comes to you that you think might bring you some enjoyment, would make you smile, would build up your feel good sense within you, I want you to write that down now. Okay. So we're just going to let whatever comes. And I'm just going to set a timer for just about 2 minutes and let us go with that. Okay. So I want these to be big things. I'm going to kind of keep talking through as I'm watching the time. So I want you to grab your pen and just start going crazy. Okay. These things should be big things. Things should be little things. It's not at all, don't be concerned about what it needs to be right now during the pandemic. This is just what brings me joy is hearing the laughter of a child or playing with a puppy or going to the farm or the farmer's market or, um, going on that vacation. Like I said, is it a nice warm cup of coffee? Is it a comfy blanket? Is it wearing specific clothes? Is it uh, having a connection or lunch with a friend? Anything that you can think of. Is it listening to or reading a nice quote? Is it getting out your spiritual text in the morning? Whatever it is, keep jotting, keep jotting. We've got one more minute. Just a few more minutes here. Moments, moments. Okay, so put down the pen. Now, usually when these things are taken away from us, like they have been right now, or we feel like something's been taken away from us, our mindset can really take a plummet downwards, right? We really can get depressed, we can get anxious, and we start really grasping for control. We want to find it any way possible. Very normal, very normal. But we want what's happening there is really we just need to reshift the joy list a little bit. Okay, so I want to share with you a story. One of my clients, we had created this list for her to recharge. She's a very high, powerful, lots of things going on in her world job. It is a career, it is a lifelong career, something she is very extremely dedicated to. But her usual is that she has a long running list of awesome things that recharge her on the weekend so she is able to perform her best during the week. Now, we had set that up. She's been to the retreat. We have worked, privately together, and she rocks that list. Like she uses it. It's like one of those wonderful times in life where you're like, yes, they're using it. Here's the thing though, is that thank God we were still working together when all of this started. And her job, because she worked in a hospital, taking a major toll. And all the majority of things on her list especially the bigger things that like really gave her a big amp up and energy, she no longer had access to. So we had to reshift that joy list. We had to relook at what we were thinking about and how we were thinking about it because her mindset was telling her, oh no, her mind was freaking out. It was like, oh no, I don't have this release anymore. And this isn't going to work. What am I going to do? It went into freak out mode. Naturally so. We've got to rein it back in. We've always got to give the mind a little sense of control. Okay. And that can be done by reshifting the joy list. The other thing that I want to say is that we are like a battery. Your energy constantly is either being drained by the activities and the thoughts and the behaviors that you're engaging in, or it's being recharged. And so the whole point of the joy list is that we need you to be recharging your battery if you are trying to live and function and produce and create and be kind and compassionate and thoughtful and give back, just like on Giving Tuesday. Okay, we need all of that. We need you to be recharging more than you are depleting. If you have more depleting things going on in your life, which we all do from time to time, but that can't be the way we're living 24/7. If it's always depleting, then we're never building the battery back up and you're going to start getting sick. You're going to start having issues with your relationships. You're going to start having issues with communication, and you're not living in what I call the core confidence. And we'll be talking about the core confidence in another one of these episodes. Okay. So, the whole point of the joy list is recharging the battery. So, right now, if your battery is feeling slightly less charged, or if your wheel is looking a little funky on some of its sides, the wheel of life gives you a clue as to where you can be focusing your energies and your joy list to bulk up and get into a recharge mode. Does this make sense? I hope so. Okay. Leave a comment, even if you're watching the replay, because I will keep interacting with this video. So leave me a comment and let me know if this makes sense to you or if you need any help asking any questions. I love questions. I'm here to help you. Okay. So the next piece is let's reshape our, just totally drop my paper. Let me pick that up. I think I'll need that. I think I will. Pretty sure I will. Okay. So what let's do is what I want you to think about now is ways that you can pivot. What are some of the small ways that you are able to pivot your joy list, look at your wheel of life, okay, and pivot your joy list to where you are filling up your toolbox with new ways of creating joy, okay? So, back to my client example. One of the things that usually does not, like under normal circumstances in life, does not bring her joy is baking. Not her thing. She loves, certainly probably enjoying some baked goods, but definitely not sitting around. That would not be on her joy list before. Well, interestingly, baking, as we started reading in between the lines, baking for her was really bringing her a lot of joy. And she didn't even realize it. But not just any baking, for her specifically, it was like having the challenge of having the least amount of cooking utensils and bowls as possible. So anything that was super easy that did not require a lot of equipment, she was interested in baking. And so that now went onto her pandemic joy list. Okay. It might stay on her joy list even after that. I can't wait to see as things begin to go back into where we are connecting physically with people that we enjoy and love. The other thing that went on the list was not only did she enjoy baking, she really enjoyed people who felt comfortable with it, taking them baked goods to enjoy. So she didn't just want to keep it for herself, she wanted to give back. And this is something that I really think when I started, I did not put this video on Giving Tuesday on purpose, but this is something huge in my life, is the more that I do things on the joy list, which for me, a lot of the big things right now are making sure that I'm meditating, making sure that I'm getting enough sleep, making sure that I'm having connection with my husband, Kurt, making sure that we're having a date night and watching TV together, making sure we're having dinner as a family. Making sure that I'm getting outside. The more that I'm doing those things, the more suddenly that my joy increases and that I actually want to give back even more than I usually want to give back. And so giving back is on the joy list. Funny that I'm recording this video today on Giving Tuesday, but we can give any day. There's such opportunity that is ripe for connection right now. It might be through the internet, it might be through a written card. Like, oh my goodness, that like we've loved getting cards right now and sharing cards. Um, Anything like that. Think about how you can pivot into a joy list. If there have been things that have been missing from your wheel or that are a little bit flumpy on your wheel, meaning like they're like this over here, how it's kind of like just not too engaging, how can you beef that up? Maybe it's reading a new book. Maybe it is taking an online course. Maybe it's making sure that you connect in a Facebook group. Maybe it's setting up a game night through Zoom or any other platform with your friends or your family. Maybe you've been focusing so much into parenting that the relationship with yourself or with your partner has been a little bit less than favorable. Maybe it's your health, maybe it's your finances. See what those things are, and they're clues as to where you're really asking for more joy. Okay. So, what I love is I think that when we share, it really helps for others. That's a way of giving back. Okay. It helps others go, oh my gosh, yeah, I would like that too. That wasn't on my joy list. So, what I'm encouraging you to do is if you're watching this live, if you watch the replay, put some things from your joy list right now, the present day joy list that can help people and help you share. Write these in the comments and let us know so that we can see if maybe we should be adding these things to our joy list. Watching the sunset, making a little fire outside if it's safe and appropriate to make a fire. It just depends if you're in the city. I can make a fire at my house. Tent, being able to camp outside, is that something that you can do? What are these little things that can bring you joy? Maybe it's starting a project that you've always dreamed of and you didn't feel like you were good enough to do it, but maybe it keeps nudging at you. Maybe it's time to put some oomph behind that and know that with your core confidence, which I will be teaching you about in another video, with your core confidence in your heart and in your soul, it's time to let yourself shine. So the joy list is about shining. I have some handouts. I know I've said this like 20 times, but I so wish I could share them. I really, really, really do. Um, yeah, it's just not happening. Okay. But I have some handouts that are beautiful, like pretty way printouts that the amazing Jenna Chapman she's a freelance, beautiful writer. I do not want to butcher the name of her freelance company. I'm gonna say it's Blackbirder. I should like know this by heart, and I'm scared to death I'm gonna butcher it. Sorry, Jenna. I hope I'm saying it right. Jenna has created some incredible handouts for us. She's created a beautiful wheel of life for you, and she has also created a beautiful 3-page joy list that you can print out and like put anywhere, and it will be absolutely gorgeous. So, if you would like those images so that you can print them out and really like solidify what it is we're doing today, I put the email address there. message us at email us at info@drsarasmith.com, and we can send you those. If you want to take this a step further and you're ready, you have two options. Please join the Wild and Bright Sanctuary if you have not already. This is one of the wonderful things that I will be doing pretty frequently for free in the Wild and Bright Sanctuary group. So it is a private Facebook group. I'll also drop the link once you see the replay of this in here. I only have 2 spots left for individual private clients. I cannot tell you how imperative it is right now to have some spiritual and coaching mentor on your team, especially if you are trying to run a business and run a family and run your own life and keep moving forward and thriving and leaving a legacy. So if that is something that you are attempting to manage on your own, or with only a few resources with you, I am here to support you and am happy to hop on a complimentary call because I'm only accepting 2 more women at this time. Otherwise, I'm completely full. So thank you, thank you, thank you for watching today. If you watched the live, thank you. If you're watching the replay, I will keep being in here and sharing comments. And I want to hear about your joy lists. Take a picture of them, send them to me, especially. This is also airing in the Wild and Bright Sanctuary. So please, let's dive in together with our joy lists and share those. I'm going to be sharing mine in the Wild and Bright Sanctuary. I just really, really appreciate you all. So thank you so much and have a wonderful day. And I will be back here next Tuesday, same time, 3:30 to 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Every Tuesday in May, we're going to be doing this 4-part series. Next week, unless I change my mind, because sometimes I do that, we will be hopping into expectations, managing expectations that we put on ourselves, that we have conditioned others to have of us. And then there becomes a mismatch. So we're going to be really diving into this game of expectations and how to start releasing some of that to come back to a sense of calm and core confidence as we hop into next week. Okay. Hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day. Reach out to me if you need anything. Bye.